I'm happy we won. I'm happy that we kept a clean sheet at home. I'm happy that we ended the rot of losing games at home because that's our first home win since Aston Villa over 3 months ago. But as you could tell from the Big Six stream, I'm not happy with the performance. And I'm worried on the precedent that that's set for the performances that we're going to see in the rest of the games to come. Because everyone's been telling me it's just the injuries. When the players get back, it's going to be better. And granted, one game doesn't mean the most in the grand scheme of things in isolation. But when you patch it together with everything we've seen this season, I've not looked at a club that are moving in an upward trajectory today. Man United, in my opinion, they deserved a point. They deserved a point. They really did. We let 16 shots at our goal. This is a Man United team with no Lisandro, with no Ahmad, with no Kobe Mainoo, with no Ugarte. Yeah? Basically had no bench whatsoever. No bench whatsoever. Marcus Rashford gone. There's other players I'm missing. There's so many other players I'm missing. Luke Shaw injured, but we knew he's been injured. Euro unavailable. They had no options. No options. Anthony on loan. Like, I just don't understand it with Spurs. I don't understand it with Ange Postecoglou. I'm sorry. I should be coming here, breathing a sigh of relief, being happy to see Odegaard back on the pitch, being happy to see Vicario back on the pitch, being happy to see Maddison back on the pitch, who played well in the first half, mind you, and was a very instinctive finish. Very instinctive finish, and that's 9 Premier League goals for Maddison. That's 10 goals in all competitions for Spurs. A player who's much maligned. A player who we were told, oh, he doesn't make that much of a difference. Well, Roy Keane, have that. Have that because he's been the difference between a win and a point or a win and a draw today against Roy Keane's former club. So have that. Have that. But yet again, we see poor game management from the manager and we see poor game management from the players. You look at all the players Man United had missing. You look at the players that they had starting. And yet we made this game a basketball match when it didn't need to be. We wasted countless transitions. The ball was breaking down multiple times in the midfield. Maddison was the only one outside of Bergvall who could actually knit things together in the first half. And even in the second half, he dropped off a little bit. But of course, he drops off understandably because he's not even getting the ball. We're not even able to get the ball out of our half for most of the second half until he makes changes. Kulusevski will play 90 minutes. Play crap for 90 minutes. He doesn't make a change. Some will play poorly for 90 minutes. He doesn't make a change. Your rationale is you don't have an option. You don't have options. Today you had options. Today you had Odegaard on the bench. You had Mikey Moore on the bench. You had Brennan Johnson on the bench. You had Archie Gray on the bench. You had Basuma on the bench. You had Sarr on the bench. You had Destiny on the bench. You had options today. Why do we have to wait until late in the game to see the substitutions that we should have seen 20 minutes ago? Man United are winning all the second balls in the midfield. Man United are putting pressure on Tottenham. Man United are creating some openings. And yet, you just sit there. And your reaction is, oh, I'm going to bring on Brennan Johnson. I'm going to bring on a winger who doesn't take on these men. I'm going to bring on a winger who doesn't do anything outside of the box to play. To handle these transitions. Okay. Son, stinking out the joint in the second half again. Odegaard's there on the bench. Mikey Moore's there on the bench. We don't see Odegaard until the 86th minute. Tell was awful, by the way. He was absolutely awful, but we have to play him. We have to persist with Tell. He's got the talent. He's young. He's raw. We know he's going to have games like this. And if I'm being truthfully honest, every single game he's played so far in the Spurs set, he stank in all of them. He stank against Liverpool, stank against Aston Villa, stank today. But he bagged against Aston Villa. We need to keep playing him. But my problem is we have a manager who just does not manage games well enough. The Maddison sub, it didn't make sense. You're trying to protect Maddison, who's just come back from injury, but you don't protect Kulusevski, who's been playing every single minute of this season. You don't protect him, who was stinky. You don't protect Pedro Porro, who's played every single game this season. Make it make sense. All he had to do was keep Maddison on the pitch for a bit longer, or even if you want to take off Maddison, play Bergvall on the 10. Play Sarr at the base with Bentancur, right? Odebear on the flanks, put Mikey Moore on the flanks, job done. Put Destiny on the left, put Jet Spence on the right. In those moves, you sew up your midfield. You put wingers on the flanks. You actually want to wing play, right? Wingers who actually want to wing. Guys who want to get on the ball and drive at their opponent and take players on. You could do those things. But no. I'm going to bring on Brennan Johnson. I'm going to bring on a roadrunner who does nothing outside the box. I'm going to leave the midfield. Still disjointed. I'm going to put an underperforming, at this point in time, Kulusevski into the midfield because that's what's going to make things better. Right? That's what's going to make things better. I'm going to leave on Son until the 86th minute and then bring on Odebear. Having seen Son waste countless transitions. Countless. It's just not good enough, man. I'm sorry. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. I don't care what anyone tells me. It's not good enough. Ben Davies was so bad today. Didn't play well. Pedro Porro spamming some passes. Some good crosses, mind you. Some really good crosses into the box. But spamming. Bentancur, another poor performance, in my opinion. Just running around. Like, we have no midfield base. When is this manager going to learn? It should be two in front of the defence at all times. And you give one an occasional license to venture forward against the right opponent. But today, how many times did Xerxes pick up the ball in acres of space? How many times did Man United get the ball off us doing dumb things in our own half? I'm just not happy, man. I'll take the result. We move up in the table. We're 12th now. We keep a clean sheet at home. It's good. Maddison gets on the score sheet. I should be happy, but I'm not. Because I've not enjoyed what I've seen. And I would like to take this game in isolation because players have come back from injury. But when I can't take it in isolation because of how this season has transpired. I can't. I just can't. I'm sorry. I just can't. I'll be told, oh, Tobes, you're moaning. We've won. Take the result. No. I'm not going to do that. I'm sorry. I need more. I know he's 19. I've advocated for this signing. I know he's young. I know he's raw. I need more. Today was not good. Wasn't a good performance. Again, in fact, it was very poor. I don't know who we play next. Who do we play next? We play Ipswich next, I think. Ipswich away. I want to see better in-game management. I want to see different type of personnel starting the game. I just want to see a better structured performance. I just watch Spurs and we just look so disorganized. I'm sorry, we look so disorganized. The midfield are all over the place on the football pitch. The defense giving away the ball. The attack just botching transitions. We don't look a good team. I'm sorry, we don't look a good team. And this isn't a bad team. We've got good players. We have some mid players, some underperforming players, but overall, we have enough at our disposal to look better than what we did today. Yeah, we had 22 shots, but we created 2 big chances. We gave away the ball countless times. We didn't really control the game. We faced and conceded 16 shots at home to this version of Man United. They were playing Bruno and Casemiro in midfield, and we still don't really dominate the midfield. Really? It's not good, man. It's not good. But big up to Jet Spence as per the shining light, as per 1 or 2 poor crosses aside, when after some good work, locked it down again. So strong, so comfortable with the ball, always wants to drive, combines well with players. He's the benchmark right now. He's the benchmark. Win, lose, draw. This guy, the level is not dropping. And that's what other players need to aspire to play to. Pedro Porro, play to that standard. Tell, play to that standard. Davies, play to that standard. Bentancur, play to that standard. Son, play to that standard. Kulu, right now, play to that standard. The standard doesn't drop. It does not drop. It was great to see Vicario out on the pitch today as well. And I thought he had an accomplished performance. But again, we're keeping Vicario busy against this Man United team. But you want me to be singing, dancing, smiling, way, we won. Yeah, we won. We won. But you play like that most weeks, you won't win football games. You play like that against Ipswich next week, You might not win that game of football. Food for thought.